major development in the Claro Digicel deal this evening. It's been revealed that former Prime Minister Andrew Holness reversed a major stipulation in the deal made by his predecessor Bruce Golding, which was aimed at helping to protect consumers.
In his address to Parliament in August, then Prime Minister Bruce Golding made it clear that Digicel could acquire Claro Jamaica, but with certain stipulations. A major one was that Digicel operate two separate networks.
Digicel will therefore be required, contrary to the business plan it proposed, will be required to maintain a separate network and complete a separate build-out of 90% penetration of the island as required under the original Claro licenses. Fulfillment of these obligations will be vigorously monitored and enforced.
5 months later, and that's no longer the case. The Office of Utilities Regulation, OUR, in a release Thursday, pointed out that that decision was reversed by former Prime Minister Andrew Holness during his 2.5-month stint as Prime Minister. The OUR said it was informed last month by the Office of the Prime Minister that following on a request by Digicel for reconsideration of the previously given approval, Prime Minister Holness, who was at the time the responsible minister, withdrew the condition stipulating the operation of two separate networks. The OUR said it was also informed of new voice and data coverage conditionalities for the consequent network. For weeks, Claro customers have been complaining of difficulty accessing the network and purchasing credit for their phones. The OUR said subscribers have also been advised via text messages that a number of service plans fall among a suite of services which are to be terminated. The OUR has summoned Digicel to a meeting Friday to explain its plans for the Claro network in light of the recent developments. The regulatory office also wants full details of Digicel's intended operation of the Claro assets and business. The OUR says it wants the mobile provider to furnish it with the requisite information to enable it to respond to the customers' complaints. The OUR says it has written to the Office of the Prime Minister seeking further details on the mechanisms governing the new arrangements. Meanwhile, the Fair Trading Commission is going ahead with its lawsuit filed in the Supreme Court to prevent the Digicel Claro deal from being finalized. Canil Gale picks up that report.
The controversial Digicel Claro deal has raised eyebrows among consumers from the initial stages, with fears that the loss of a competitor in the mobile market will be bad news for cell phone users. Those concerns have heightened in the past few months, with Claro's official exit from the Jamaican market, leaving subscribers asking what's next. The Fair Trading Commission has stepped in, taking Digicel to the Supreme Court, challenging the deal, saying it will have a negative impact on consumers. The FTC says its lawsuit isn't about Claro exiting the local market, but the way it's being done.
If Claro wanted to do so, it can exit the market unilaterally. What the suit is about is the underlying agreement which provides for the exit of a competitor from the market. And that is what the legislation is against.
However, Digicel has argued that the Fair Trading Commission has no jurisdiction over its acquisition of Claro Jamaica, maintaining that the deal will benefit consumers. Digicel says its deal with Claro will see consumers paying lower rates to make calls across network. The mobile provider also points out that the upgrade of its network to the latest 4G technology and the build-out of the Claro system will also be beneficial to its subscribers. So, what will happen to the Digicel Claro deal if the FTC gets its way in the Supreme Court?
One of the options open to the court, of course, is to say that this agreement, the underlying agreement, which has, in our view, prompted the request for the transfer of the license, that agreement is unenforceable because it's a breach of our Section 17 of the Fair Competition Act. That is to say, it's an agreement that substantially lessens competition in the market. If the court takes that position, then of course the option available to it is to impose a pecuniary fine, or it might also address its, but on the defendants, right, and or it may choose to embark on injunctive relief.
The FTC case against the finalizing of the Digicel Claro deal begins hearing in the Supreme Court January 31. Canil Gale, CVM News.